Welcome to Concrete Technology. In previous lecture, we are start on new chapter Phrase Concrete, in which we are studied property of phrase concrete, definition, what is phrase concrete, factor affecting phrase concrete, and in this continued lecture, we are going to study measurement of workability, also some test of workability that confirm the quality of the workability. Workability of concrete is a composite property. Numerous empirical tests are available for measuring the workability of phrase concrete, but none of them is fully satisfactory. It measure only a particular aspect of it. There is really no unique method which measure the workability of concrete to bring out its full meaning. Let the following tests are commonly used to measure workability. The first one is slump test, second one is compaction factor, flow test or flow table test, VB concitometer test, and Calibel test. Let us start the all test process. In this video, I am going to overview about all these tests and will send some other laboratory test video which clear your concept about the test and how the test is performed in laboratory. Let us start the overview. First, slump test. Slump test is most commonly used test for measuring consistency of concrete. It can be employed either in laboratory or at site of work. It is used conveniently as a control test and gives an indication of the uniformity of the concrete from batch to batch. It does not measure all the factors contributing to workability. Because of simplicity, it is widely employed all over the world. Aperture used for measuring workability is this slump cone. This is called slump cone, tamping rod. The aperture is a cylindrical conical cone in which we are fill the concrete and put it very soon. Then after what will get it, the concrete behave like this, and the difference between this angle of the cone to the collapsed concrete distance is called slump, and what we are measure it is that measurement. Let us see the simple procedure of slump. The internal surface of the mold is thoroughly clean and freed from superfluous moisture and adherence of any old set concrete. Before commencing the test, the mold is placed on a smooth horizontal and non-absorbent surface. The mold is filled with concrete in 4 equal layers. Each layer is tempered with 25 stalks of tamping rod. After the top layer has been tempered, The concrete is stuck off level with a tall and tamping rod. Then the mold is removed by lifting it slowly and carefully in a vertical direction, allowing the concrete to subside. This subsidence is referred as a slump of concrete. As I discussed that the distance is called slump. In simple language આપણી ગુજરાતીમાં કહેવા જઈએ તો એક સ્મૂથ સરફેસ ઉપર આ કોનિકલ જેને સ્લમ્પ કોન કહેવામાં આવે છે એ સ્લમ્પ કોનને મૂકી એનામાં 3 સ્ટેજમાં કોન્ક્રીટને ફિલ કરવામાં આવે છે. ફર્સ્ટ સ્ટેજ આટલે સુધી, પછી એનામાં 25 સ્ટેપ આ રોડથી 25 વાર ટેમ્પિંગ કરવામાં આવે, પછી એને ફરીથી થોડું ફરીથી ટેમ્પિંગ કરવામાં આવે છે, અગેન એને ફરી ટેમ્પિંગ કરવાનું અને પછી ફૂલ ભરી અને ફરીથી ટેમ્પિંગ કરવાનું. ખુલ્લું છે. ત્યારબાદ એને આ દંડા વડે મતલબ આ રોડ વડે એને સરફેસ ક્લિયર કરી અને એને વિધિન અ સેકન્ડ એકદમથી એના આ કોનને ઊંચું કરી લેવામાં આવે. ઊંચું કરી લઈએ તેથી કોન્ક્રીટ જે હોય એ સડનલી ઢસડી પડે છે. એ ઢસડી પડવાને લીધે ત્યાં આ પોર્શન રહી જાય છે. એ પછી એ જ સ્મૂથ સરફેસ ઉપર કોનિકલને મૂકી એના ટોપ ઉપર આ બારના મૂકી અને આ બંનેનું મેઝરમેન્ટ લેવામાં આ જે મેઝર હોય એને સ્લમ્પ કોન ટેસ્ટ કહેવામાં આવે છે. એના પરથી આપણો સ્લમ્પ નક્કી થાય છે. બરાબર. Let us discuss some types of slumps. First, true slump, which value up to 125 mm. The other one is shear slump, which value vary 25 to 50 mm. And the very loose slump called collapse slump, its value vary between 150 to 255 mm. The actual image on site of slump is we are showing that suggested range of workability of concrete from IS 456 2000. Building concrete shallow section, pavement using pavers, degree of workability very low, slump refer not 1. Mass concrete, light reinforced section in slab, beam, wall, column, floor, hand, place, pavement, canal lining, strip footing, etc. Degree of workability need low. That slump ratio is 25 to 75. Third, heavily reinforced section in slab, beam, wall, column. Slump workability means degree of workability medium. Slump ratio 50 to 100. Fourth, slip pump concrete, trench fill in situ pile, semi concrete in high and very high. The slump is 100 to 150 and the refer not 2. In very low category, not 1. In very low category of concrete of degree of workability where strict control is necessary. And the second one is in very high category of workability, measurement of workability by determination of flow will be approved by IS 9103. There is some limitations of workability. It is not suitable for concrete in which maximum size of aggregate is more than 40 mm. Second, there is no direct relationship between the workability and the value of slump. Slump occur in the case of plastic mixes. It does not occur in dry mix. Fourth, many shapes of slump can occur and it is difficult to decide which is the correct one. It means we are previous In previous page, we have saw some types of slum, but there is a many types of slum. From that, there are evaluated only three types commonly generated. Second, it is not direct relation between workability and slump, but from that slump ratio, we can decide the capacity and quality of the concrete. Now, advantage of the slump: the aperture of the slump test is cheap, portable, and simple. The test can perform at the site of work or it in the laboratory. The difference is water content of the successive batch of concrete of the same identical mix can be easily determined. These are the some measure available in IS. The other one is compaction factor test. Second one, compacting factor test. First, we are going to show the equipment of compacting factor test, which is like this compacting factor test. The same equipment is available in our lab. Sometime during visit, you are saw at lab on concrete technology lab. Let us discuss about the test, but we're discussing about the overview and rest of the part and the performance test we are going to learn from that practical which we are sent to you after this session. Now, compacting factor test developed at the Road Research Laboratory, UK, is more precise and sensitive than the slump test. It is primarily designed for laboratory work but can also be used in the field. It is particularly useful for concrete mixes of very low workability as are normally used when concrete is to be compacted by vibration. Such concrete may constantly fail to slump. This stage of work on the principle of determining the degree of compaction achieved by a standard amount of work done by allowing the concrete to all through a standard height. The degree of compaction called the compacting factor is measured by the density ratio. Aperture as per IS 5515-98 1983. I don't give you the dimension and all, which is already mentioned in the uh, paragraph and also mentioned in the video which we are sent after this session. Essential dimension of the compaction factor, also detailed dimension in this table. We are skip it. Procedure. Procedure is a simple, but the procedure also mentioned in that video. So I give you the what is the compaction factor. The compacting factor is equal to weight of partially compacted concrete divided by weight of fully compacted concrete. Compacting factor and degree of workability of concrete with 20 mm or 40 mm size of aggregate. Degree of workability, different types of degree. Slump required, different types of between 0 to 175. Compacting factor, slump aperture and large aperture, different and used for the different types of field. Next one is the flow test. What is flow test? Let us discuss about the flow test. Hmm. The flow test is widely used in Germany and America. It is give an indication of the quality of concrete with respect to consistency, cohesiveness, and process to segregation. This is a laboratory test in which a standard mass of concrete is subjected to jolting and the spread of the flow of pile of concrete is measured. The spread or flow of concrete is related to the workability. There are some dimensions of this aperture. These are the aperture. It's called flow table, in which the flow uh, the flowable concrete are placed and take some time to flow there, and from the some dimension lines we are get the how it is good or not, in which we are in some simple procedure. Let us talk about the procedure. The top surface of table is clean of all gritty material and is wetted. The mold is kept on the center of the table. The concrete to be tested is filled in the mold in two layers. Each layer is roded or tamped by 25 times with the steel tamping rod of 60 diameter and 0.6 meter length with bullet end. After the top layer has been roded, the concrete is struck off level with a towel and tamping rod. The mold is lifted vertically upward and the concrete stands on its own without support. The table diameter of the sprayed concrete is measured in about 6 directions to the nearest 5 and the average spread is recorded. The flow of concrete is percentage increase in a average diameter of the spread of the concrete over the base diameter of the mold. Flow percentage is equal to spread diameter in centimeter minus 25 divided by 25 into 100, which gives the percentage value of the flow table as per IS 9103 1993. In next chapter, in next lecture, we are going to discuss flow table and rest of the test. I will send you some videos of that test after this session, and for overview of some next test I will give some more video link of that recommended lectures.